Pakistan isn't in a political crisis anymore. It is in a collision course with itself. Led by a confused establishment, an unyielding PTI or Khan Sahib, and a crumbling federation that's being held together with the duct tape and denial. And at the center of this slow motion disaster is the 27th Amendment. More than just a legal adjustment. It's a full-blown attempt to recode the DNA of this country's power structure. Welcome to Fourth Floor Post English. Let's start with the home front. The establishment and PTI both know that any negotiation now is no longer about compromise. It's about surrender on both sides. Khan won't bend, not after jail, disqualification, humiliation, and the establishment. They have convinced themselves that this entire mess is still manageable, as long as they script it. But the script is becoming more farcical by the day. Floating Field Marshal constitutional rules, legal guarantees for Field Marshal in 27th Amendment, uniformed presidents, uniformed governors, and constitutional tweaks to convert coercion into legitimacy. And with all these ideas floating around, you can already see a panic in a slow motion in this whole power structure. Now zoom in to that power structure. Establishment, Noon League and Pakistan People's Party. Establishment and Noon League seems to be comfortable with all of this. But is Pakistan People's Party comfortable? They are stuck in Cold War with the very system they are part of. On one hand, Pakistan People's Party knows that if it supports the 27th Amendment, this centralization agenda, especially changes to NFC awards, water distribution, minerals, it signs its own political death warrant in Sindh if People's Party does it or if People's Party supports it. They know it. On the other hand, if they resist, People's Party faces political extinction by brute force such as establishment. And since Zardari has constructed a party based on power in Sindh, the party will shatter once the power is pulled back. The threat of replacing Zardari as a head of state isn't just symbolism, it's psychologically warfare. And for this resistance, and for this war, the psychological war, resistance from People's Party or within People's Party is building. But so are establishment's threats against Pakistan People's Party. This shows how players in power are out for each other. So one thing is clear, players in power are not comfortable. And otherwise, why else Prime Minister would constantly, or party in power as a Noon League, why would they constantly deny the rumors of replacing president in press and not do anything against that journalist who floated this fake news? It's surprising. When they both are part of the government, why can't they speak to themselves? Why are they speaking in press? The key players of Troika are not in direct communication. So, now bring in PTI. Could PTI and Pakistan People's Party find common ground amid all this? In theory, yes, both are becoming victims of the same overreach. But in practice, no one trusts anyone. PTI doesn't forgive easily, and the establishment has preemptively started engineering fresh batches of loyalists to keep the numbers lined up. They can be from PTI or they can be from Pakistan People's Party. In short, LOTAs. So there's no dialogue. There's just parallel conspiracies going on. Meanwhile, what scares the establishment the most right now? It's not Khan, it's not protests, but the possibility of Qasim and Suleman, two British citizens, youngsters, Khan's sons, might arrive in Pakistan. That's all it takes to unnerve a government claiming to have 2/3 majority and a total control. That is what they are claiming, right? So why the fear? Because their arrival would be perfect storm. International optics meeting internal unrest. And if they come through America, having the detour of America, after all that, they join protest and then they speak out, it sends this message the establishment isn't ready to manage. That global back channels are watching again and the Pakistan's crackdown isn't going unnoticed. Look at how the news goes. Drop site BRICS that Trump has asked Munir to settle Khan issue. And now Qasim and Suleman are coming to visit Pakistan. That too by visiting America first. With the cracks within the system, controversial and provoking constitutional amendments on the background, optics and protest by Qasim and Suleman Goldsmiths, okay, it doesn't seem like the road to rescue Khan. It seems like road to dethrone someone. But can something still save this facade? Yes, compromises. Now let's step back. Because Pakistan's crisis doesn't exist in isolation. The international scene matters and it's a mess. Trump and Netanyahu cozy photo ops resulted in zero solutions. Neither for Gaza nor for Iran. Palestine has no roadmap, according to Netanyahu. And somehow, Pakistan thought nominating Trump for Nobel Peace Prize would earn us a favor. Instead, we ended up aligning our optics with Israel while alienating Iran, frustrating China, and maybe confusing Russia or other countries. That's not diplomacy. It's a geopolitical self-harm, sir. Let's talk India now, the biggest major threat in this region for us. While Pakistan waits for America to rename Modi, India has quietly moved on. Indus Water Treaty, they are refusing to comply. India is refusing to play America's anti-China game. It's deepening BRICS ties again. It's rebuilding its ties with Russia again. And it's lobbying silently against Pakistan at every international forum. India doesn't want war. It wants to neutralize Pakistan. It wants Pakistan to come under its hegemony and collapse under its own contradictions. And contradictions we have in plenty. And we want to appease America, but we want to buy jets from China. We want Israeli recognition, pressure lifted from us, but we signal alignment with Abraham Accords premature to Israel-Palestine issue. We want BRICS support. We want to join BRICS, but we can't even define a sovereign position either on Iran or Afghanistan. And now rumors of martial law are resurfacing again. Obviously, if we want to go on this destructive road, we need martial laws. Not because it's an actual solution, but because it's the only outcome left when your plans fail and when your ego refuses to retreat. With all this, do you think we can manage or compromise our way through this international rubble? Leg pulling will start, sir. It's not about power all the way. It's always about maintaining that power. Some will want to play ball with the US and others don't want to lose China. And in between these power games, political parties are moving away from each other. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. This is no longer a question of policy missteps. It's a structural breakdown. And when structures collapse, they don't ask permission, sir. You think a uniform president or field marshal role will bring stability? It won't. It will trigger constitutional challenges. You think all these minerals, NFC shares, they all will trigger provincial rebellions and international scrutiny when you bring establishment's role, legalizing it into democracy. You think federation can be held without, demonizing provincial autonomy? Good luck when Balochistan, KPK and Sindh start resisting, with or without political forces. This 27th Amendment, if pushed recklessly, won't just redefine power, it could redefine everything. Because you cannot centralize without provoking fragmentation, and you cannot provoke without risking civil unrest. The worst part, none of this is backed by strength. The system is floating in air. It's all desperations, economic fragility, diplomatic isolations, military overextensions, and at the center, a weak leadership, or I could say a leadership vacuum at all, masked just by noise. And this brings us back to the Qasim and Suleman again. Whether they come or not is secondary. I think they won't. What matters is that their rumored arrival shook the regime more than any court verdict or protest have ever done. That's how fragile the system has become. So what's next? Short term, expect more intimidation, legal gymnastics, back channel confusions. Mid-term, possibly a power reshuffle. Maybe an emergency measures in the name of national stability, role, constitutional role, or martial laws. Long term, if the current course continues, re-centralization, suppression and delusion, Pakistan may face a full-blown legitimacy crisis. One where elections, assemblies and amendments mean nothing because people will no longer believe in the system. This is not a script for reform. It's a road to implosion. The choices now will decide whether Pakistan resets through dialogue or detonates through arrogance.